We've just spent 54 nights travelling from Adelaide north to Katherine, then across the Gibb River Road to Broome, up to Cape Levesque, back to Broome, across the Great Northern Highway, including the Bungles, back to Katherine and down to Adelaide. Join us as we show you what we saw, what we did, who we met and where we stayed. Day 1, the 4th of June, 9:12. We planned to leave at 9 o'clock, but in true forest camping style, we found just one more room to vacuum. Any comment, Maureen?
That's only because a certain person brought mud into the room last night.
Hope to get to Lake Hart tonight.
As a couple.
Lake Hart rest area. Picturesque enough, but very windy. It was very cold, and you're not allowed to light a fire. I don't think we'll be stopping there again. Day 2, it's June the 5th. Is that right, June the 5th? June the 5th. We're camped about 10 kilometres south of Marla in quite a beautiful spot. It's a little way away from the road, but I'll show you a bit of where we are.
This is the first fire of the trip.
Okay, and here we are. We've got some neighbours over there and a few back in here, but we're in a pretty secluded spot and the wind's behind us, so it's all good. We left Lake Hart this morning, and we've travelled most of the day through Coober Pedy, or Glendambo, Coober Pedy to here. Tomorrow we're going to go through Marla and hope to get to Ayla on the other side of Alice Springs tomorrow night. But so far, that's the day. Now, big question. Tonight I'm cooking Maureen some pork schnitzels with some vegetables.
You're cooking. When did I hear that? Just then?
Maybe not, maybe not. Okay, that's it for the moment. Day 3, and as you can see, it's a lovely sunny morning. It's a bit dewy, crisp, but when things dry out in the next half hour it'll be good. We had a great night's sleep. We actually didn't wake up until about 7 o'clock. So we were warm ran the heater as we went to bed and just before we got out of bed, and it was lovely and warm in the camper. Had breakfast, about to pack up and move on through to Alice Springs and beyond today. Any comment, Maureen?
Oh, life is good. Chilsome this morning, but good. Did wake up last night to the sound of the GAN going through. But lovely sound, then back to sleep.
I was just saying to the couple who pulled up in the vehicle here, because this is our vehicle here, that there's no chance of dying of isolation in the outback. We pulled up at Irradunda on the Stewart Highway. We're still south of Alice Springs by about 200 k's, but the traffic is just amazing. I'll just give you a quick pan. There are vehicles everywhere. Well, this is day 4 and we are north of Alice Springs, hoping to get to the other side of Tanner Creek tonight for a farm stay. Last night we pulled into this spot and we were the only ones here, which was a little bit nerve-wracking because that's the first time we've been the only ones here. But eventually some other campers, in fact the 2 campers over here came into the camp and one more came in as well. Interesting story about the American muscle car over there. Yesterday it was taking at least 40 litres to the 100 kilometres. That's a big fuel bill. The awning coming down from the side of our camper, if it's raining you need to deploy this awning, you need to establish it, because otherwise water ponds in the top and it goes through into the bedding. That's no good. That's only ever happened to us once. Normally if it's going to rain, I put that awning out, but last night I didn't think it was going to rain when we went to bed, but during the night it came down. So I got up and put the pegs in down here and the ropes and the whole awning. And I got back into bed, at which stage Maureen says,
Have you been outside putting up the tent peg? I said, I could hear this click, 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 bang, bang, bang of someone putting in tent pegs, and I'm thinking, who on earth is that? And then next thing I knew was there was torchlight coming in through the canvas. And I thought, oh my God, there's someone outside our camper. So I put my hand across to say, Simon, there's someone around our camper. And no one was there. It was Simon that was outside. Fancy that.
This is day 6. This is Thursday. Yeah,
It is.
It's Thursday. Day 6.
Yesterday we had a really long drive. We came from just north of Tennant Creek, where we stayed at Attack Creek rest area. We drove up through Daly Waters and Mataranka Springs into Katherine, but straight through because we're trying to make up our 4 days lost over COVID. And we arrived just west of Katherine at King River West rest area. Here by ourselves for the first time.
Here by ourselves for the first time. Was a little bit unnerving last night when late at night two cars, obviously not campers, drove through the area and we were by ourselves, but we've survived that. It's a lovely place. We had a lovely meal. Finally, it's summer. We're in shorts, t-shirts, instead of long clothes and wind cheaters.
And so much life in the grasses and the trees. I wish I knew the names of birds, you know, from their sounds. We had so many different bird sounds and little critters racing around through the grasses nearby. So it's full of life here.
And now we're off to?
We're off to Victoria River Roadhouse to top up with fuel. And a few other things, then camping at Timber Creek, so we're well and truly closer to the Kimberleys.
We start to drive through some spectacular country as we move through to Victoria River Station and then to Timber Creek, where we get some diesel and drive on to Kununurra, where we hope to stay in a caravan park. We were able to get a site at the Hidden Valley Caravan Park in Kununurra. It's warm. There's lots of lush growth and there's plenty of space. So different in terms of temperature to where we were only 48 hours ago. We've just finished watching a video at the sandalwood shop just out of Kununurra, and we're walking by the product lines, and Maureen's seen something that's a must-have.
I can't go without the product To Be Young, because it's what we all dream of. This moisturising cream promises that I'm going to have far more moisture in my skin. I'm also going to lose those fine lines that are gathering around my face. Must get this.
We're inside the Hoochery, which is a gin, rum and whiskey distillery, and we're having a little tasting paddle, just 3 small glasses, but so far it is very, very tasty. And here's a shot of the bar. Very rustic, but very charming. Maureen thought I wanted to sit here because of these people. Not true. Well, we're in the area of the Ord River. We've just tasted a gin called Out of the Ord. Very tasty gin. And of course, Maureen's gone up to buy one. We've just arrived at Stonecraft, which is a gallery which produces pieces of art made out of a stone called zebra stone. One of the most amazing features about this place is its beautiful garden full of just lush green plants, and apparently it used to be a cafe as well, hence all the seating, but it looks to me like it's a great place to have a party.
We're about to cross Ivanhoe Crossing.
You might have to hold the camera up close. We do know there's a saltwater crocodile in the water here.
Did they tell you that?
Yep.
Come out, guys. Look at the video. Oh, those lads out here. Right here.
That's funny.
Hey.
This is fantastic, Maureen. I'm loving this.
river. Oh, maybe not. There's a bit more. Oh, that thing's in the way. That's all we can see. And we're just doing this for fun. Oh, that's a big hole. Okay. Oh, can they get through? They should be able to. Yeah, how do you know if anyone's...
Oh, you can see them.
But out there. You've got the second. I suppose in the middle you can stop. Careful you don't go over the side here.
So you've done it.
You do, that's what we're doing back and across, that's what we're doing. You could do it all afternoon for the fun of it, couldn't you?
Oh, the cars are dirty, give it a bit of water.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
good.
right.
Good practice. Okay, see ya. Whole farts in their cars.
You keep your eye on the road.
I will be.
On the crossing, I mean.
Oh shit, here we go.
Another car. No, he's
Just
pulling
pull
over.
Okay.
Become a bit busy. Everyone's decided to do it. It's lovely and cool. Know that I'm getting the effect of the water rushing down the side. Tow your camper over this.
Yeah, you have to.
If you're coming this way. I think that's the croc there, the rock.
Oh, I think so. You can't stand up in it, it's too fast.
Hey?
If you can't stand in it, it's too fast
Right.
to drive in.
Oh, okay.
That's the
That's
sort
the
of
test. You're going to have to
rule
move
of
out
thumb.
around this
Yeah,
one.
okay.
Because you're close to this edge anyway. I made it again.
Back to the park to end our second day in Kununurra. And as we drive, we pass by the Coburn Ranges, magnificent geological structures. We've been away for a week and we're currently camped in Kununurra in the caravan park there, and we've taken a day trip to Wyndham today, but on the way we're going out to see the Boab prison tree, and we just happened to chance upon this beautiful, really picturesque little creek setting. Have a look at this. So this was used as a prison tree by the European settlers, and they held Aboriginal prisoners inside that tree, and they obviously put them into the tree through that hole. When in Rome, got to eat what the, and here we are at the Croc Bakery, about to buy ourselves a croc pie. We'll tell you how good it is. More, what did you think of the crocodile pie at Wyndham?
Okay, it was a white sauce with peas and carrots and corn, and a very fairly dense white meat.
And what about the barramundi lemongrass pie?
Similar white sauce base. That could really taste the fact that you were having fish.
As you would expect?
Yeah, as you would expect, and quite nice.
Well, like many of those tastes, everyone says it tastes like chicken, and it tasted like chicken in a very creamy sauce. And as Maureen said, the barramundi lemon, that was a little bit tastier. You could certainly taste the barramundi. It was a nice, firm taste. I liked it. We're going into the Wyndham Caravan Park because apparently there is a massive boab tree in here. So there's the largest boab tree in captivity. Not sure what in captivity means, but it's inside the Wyndham Caravan Park, and we've just walked through the park to see the tree, and it is a really lovely caravan park. Lots of green grass, lots of space, lots of trees. It will be an absolute pleasure to stay here, but we won't be. Today it's day 8 of the travels. We are up early.
We're off for a walk in the Miramar National Park just behind where we are staying at Hidden Valley. In fact, I think part of that's called Hidden Valley. And then we are being picked up at 11:30 to be taken on a tour by Triple J that takes us down the Ord River from Diversion Dam, or to Diversion Dam. We've heard a lot of good things about it, so hoping it will be pretty good.
So this morning we're off to?
We're off to Miramar National Park.
And Maureen thinks it's day 9, not day 8. We've walked out of the caravan park, and this path that we're on is adjacent to the perimeter of the caravan park. So we're just heading up towards the hill from the park. This is just one of those moments that come along which are really lovely. It's still morning, it's 20 to 8. The sun's up, really blue sky. The sun on the stone is very picturesque, and the track is just lovely. It's not steep, it's sandy, trees everywhere, finches singing. Great moment.
We're waiting at the front of Hidden Valley Caravan Park for our bus to pick us up and take us on our journey on the Ord River. Looking forward to it. It's a beautiful day.
And here's just another shot of the lovely setting of the caravan park. So tropical, so warm. After a short bus ride, we board this quite flash boat which has 2 great big outboard motors on the back. That's good because we're going to travel 110 kilometres today. This bloke is the skipper of the boat for the day. Interestingly, he's one of many people we discover who only works in Kununurra, indeed in the whole of the Kimberley, during the dry season. In the wet season, this fellow works in the construction industry around Margaret River in the southwest of Western Australia, comes up here every year, owns obviously some sort of very flash bus caravan type thing, and spends 6 months working as a boat skipper, and then returns to the construction industry in southwest Western Australia. What a great life. As we drive along, we see lots of birds in the trees and in the water, and indeed we see their nests in the trees. As well as that, there's lots of growth in the water and on the banks of the lake. In particular, there's lots of lily type plants in the water which have varying degrees of flatness. And then we speed up. This is a great tour. It's a very comfortable boat and a very enjoyable day. The guide was fantastic, and he uses a pull-down map to talk to us about the Ord River irrigation scheme. For the first time in my life, I actually understand how the whole scheme works, from Lake Argyle down to the irrigated horticultural areas. The boat pulls in at a pre-arranged stop because we're going to have afternoon tea, and it's a very sophisticated setup. We follow this path for a very short way until we come to what is a clearing in the undergrowth. Boat skipper, who's doing an absolutely fabulous job, has got all these wonderful high-tech bits of equipment to provide afternoon tea for us. He's put them on the little wheelbarrow and brought them up here. We're going to have, I suspect, a cup of tea and a piece of cake and a biscuit. There's land toilets here. This is really a first-class afternoon, a first-class tour. Triple J Tours, great job. And here is the dam wall. On the other side of this wall is Lake Argyle, and we'll see Lake Argyle in a few days' time when we take a trip on the lake. But for now, what you can see is one of the 4 pipes that deliver water from Lake Argyle on the other side of the wall into the Ord irrigation scheme, which goes down to Kununurra and irrigates crops. It's an amazing scheme. We start to head home at some speed. And faster in the rapid water. As we head towards Kununurra, the sun starts to set and it's a beautiful sight. The Triple J Company has 3 boats on the water this day, and they have to coordinate their landings so the passengers can get off in safety at the same spot. It looks like a race to the finish, but it's actually not. In the next episode, we'll stay at Lake Argyle, taste the local catfish, stop at El Questro, and start our trip along the Gibb River Road. We'll swim at the beautiful Emma Gorge, take a boat tour on Chamberlain Gorge, make a splash in Zebedee Springs, move on past Ellenbrae Station to Drysdale River Camp. See you in the next episode, and thanks for watching.